welcome to our news. I'm Jodie McKay. Tonight, an all-Australian final in the US Open. Howard and Beasley prepare to go head-to-head. And a golden night in the pool at Kuala Lumpur. For the first time in almost 30 years, two Australians will meet in the men's final of the US Open tennis. Pat Rafter and Mark Philippoussis have only recently made up after an off-court feud. On court, both still have plenty to prove.
The unseeded Mark Philippoussis blasted past French Open winner Carlos Moya 3-1. The big Aussie known as Scud hopes making his first Grand Slam final will silence critics who say he's a big server and nothing more.
I felt very unstoppable. I was playing some great tennis. I was applying the pressure.
Philippoussis says he's matured dramatically over the past month, crediting his new coach, former Wimbledon champ Pat Cash.
You know, he's competing like an absolute warrior. I mean, it's just incredible.
In Pat Rafter's semi-final, Pete Sampras was leading in the third set when he pulled a thigh muscle. Clearly his movement was hampered, but still he pushed the reigning US Open champion to the fifth set.
That's it. He's done it.
Pat celebrated his victory on court with his large group of family and supporters here.
I'm very happy to take a win against Pete whenever I can get it.
Back home in Queensland, the rest of his family was also very proud.
I'm feeling tired, as well as being so very happy and very excited for our boy.
It'll be the first time two Australians have played in the US Open final since Ken Rosewall beat Tony Roach way back in 1970.
A big night in New York and another good one at the pool in Kuala Lumpur, where Australia won 3 of the 5 swimming gold medals on offer. It was Ian Thorpe who produced the swim of the night. His 200-metre freestyle missed the world record by the narrowest of margins.
A month shy of his 16th birthday, and last night just 1/100th of a second shy of a world record.
1/100th of a second! That's not fair!
A new Commonwealth record, however, by almost 2 seconds.
As I said, it'd be very close to break the world record to win it tonight, and I think that's about as close as you can get.
A standout race, 1, 2 and 3 for Australia. Thorpe, Klim and Kowalski. In a capacity crowd, some very proud parents. For Mrs. Thorpe, double reason to celebrate.
Hey, kind of everyone. Hey.
Gold also for 17-year-old Sydney schoolboy Simon Cowley in the 100-metre breaststroke.
Cowley has got up the gold for Australia.
Just pipping veteran Phil Rogers, who took silver. Cowley saying until now he'd been more worried about HSC exams in 5 weeks.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's a dream come true.
More gold and another Commonwealth record in the women's 4x200-metre relay.
And there she is.
Julia Greville, Laurie Munns, Anna Windsor and Susie O'Neill.
I was more happy with that women's 4x200 than any of the other events, even though Thorpe's swim was outstanding.
Earlier, O'Neill took silver in the 100-metre freestyle. Teammate Rebecca Creedy, bronze. The same for the baby of the team in the individual medley. Reading the scoreboard, the only problem.
Because I didn't have my glasses on, so I'm sort of squinting at it, and then I realised what I'd done.
Tonight, 5 events, 15 finalists, and potentially 4 or 5 more gold. In the relay, Thorpe will try again for that world record. Klim, Hugel and Pine will battle out the butterfly. And Sam Riley has qualified fastest in the 200-metre breaststroke.
It was an emotional end to the New England Rugby Union season for St Albert's. Paul Dixon, who was made a quadriplegic in a rugby match, was flown by Kerry Packer's jet to watch his teammates win the premiership.
Paul's accident in a rugby match 18 weeks ago left him requiring 24-hour medical care. Since then, he's harboured one wish: to watch his team play in the grand final and be there to cheer them on. A joint effort has ensured his dream came true.
Early in the piece, like over the last 18 weeks, he said, I'd love to go to the grand final. We didn't think it'd happen this quickly, but he's gutsy and he's here.
Paul flew into the Armidale Airport from Sydney's North Shore Hospital aboard Kerry Packer's jet, which was organised in conjunction with the ARU. Surrounded by friends and family, he looked on as his team put in the performance of their lives to beat the old boys.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Even that he came up here and it was a
big part of the game for us.
And Paul didn't hesitate to join in with the celebrations.
$5.5 million and 35,000 man-hours later, Tamworth's Regional Entertainment Centre is finished. Today, thousands flocked through the gates to check out the new facility.
A steady stream of sightseers filed into TREC throughout the day. The local community keen to see months of hard work finally come to fruition.
People have been lined up at the door from 9:30 this morning. We let them in at 9:45. I mean, open day started at 10 o'clock, but the response has been absolutely fantastic.
Local business houses which contributed financially to TREC made the most of the opportunity to show off their wares. Designed to look like a huge wool shed, the centre is set to become one of Tamworth's major landmarks.
We've just got this wonderful building that can be used for lots of different things, not only entertainment, as you can see here today. You can use it for static displays, launches of vehicles. It's got a lot of potential.
And the hordes of visitors were clearly impressed with the 7,500 square metre complex, which is 7 times larger than the town hall.
So a team of volunteers today have been taking people around in the building, giving people guided tours. It's been absolutely tremendous. The entertainment today has all been put on by the locals.
Next weekend will certainly put the multi-million-dollar entertainment centre to the test, with thousands expected for the concert of the century.
Next, all the President's men claim the Star reporters a hit-and-run smear campaign.
Enjoy a range of products, services and breeds of horses on display, talks by experts, and on Saturday, a family day with demonstrations in the arena, plus free carriage rides and a jumping castle for the kids. Admission is free, with plenty of free parking and great food and refreshments available in the food court. For further details, phone 02 65 453 866.
So your hair's a little damaged? That's okay. Really damaged? Even better. Because the worse the damage, the harder this works to restore shine. Pantene Pro-V Treatment Conditioner. The Pro-Vitamin-enriched formula fortifies hair all the way to the tips. It's damage control for vulnerable ends, so they actually split less. Pantene Pro-V Treatment Conditioners every day. For hair so healthy, it shines. The worse the damage, the harder it works.
Tonight, join your hosts Ray Martin and Eddie Maguire for all the colour and excitement of the 16th Commonwealth Games. Main events include gymnastics, cricket and rugby, live on NBN.
The election campaign now, and the stage is set for the most crucial test of the battle so far, the great debate. Prime Minister John Howard and Opposition Leader Kim Beazley will face each other live on NBN at 7:30.
Preparing for the first and only face-to-face start of the election campaign, the Prime Minister made a last-minute check of the studio. His son Richard, a keen schoolboy debater, was on hand to give his father some last-minute tips.
What do you think of the government? Surviving.
Mr Beazley didn't visit the television station, leaving his advisers to give the thumbs up to the set and the final arrangements.
We better make sure we both understand
that was my understanding.
But campaigning at a Sydney service station, the opposition leader was forced to defend claims Labor had directly sought One Nation preferences in the New South Wales seat of Robertson.
Nobody is out there making any deals with One Nation.
One Nation candidate Kevin Glancy says he was approached by the campaign director for Labor's candidate, retiring Senator Belinda Neal.
He made it clear to me that he wouldn't mind my preferences.
Mr Glancy admits it was made clear to him Labor would not return the preference favour, but the government seized on the discussions.
Somebody who's on Kim Beazley's front bench has on their behalf sought to play footsie with One Nation.
But the focus now is on tonight's showdown. While Labor argues there should be another debate later in the campaign, the Liberals insist there'll be only one. The key questions on tax, jobs and the leader's vision for the future.
Supporters of the Cambodian government have clashed with opposition demonstrators on the 6th day of violence in the troubled capital Phnom Penh. At least 10,000 supporters of military ruler Hun Sen gathered to reclaim the streets. President Clinton continues to tough it out now that the independent prosecutors had his final word on the White House sex scandal. Mr. Clinton's lawyer